The options you have in front of you might look great, but they are destroying your business or have the potential to destroy your business if you're not careful with them. And the weird part and the crazy part is that we've been taught, trained, and educated our entire professional careers that when we become successful, we're going to have more options. And those more options are going to be as a result of having more resources, more time, better teams, like an entire package of things that's built around wanting to have options. And we ultimately want those because when we start our business, we get in this place where it's like, we've only got one option, and that is to like go as hard as we possibly can in order to get the things that we want. But once we get there, we wind up having a lot of options, and that can lead to a couple things. One, first, it's the chaotic marketplace. It is the chaos of abundance that we face as entrepreneurs when we've got the success. And so we've got a chaotic marketplace, and then that creates chaos for us as entrepreneurs because we've got so many options in front of us of things we could do, either to grow our business, to make our business more efficient, to maybe pull ourselves out of it and try to do something different with our own lives and our own energy after we've already created success with one thing. There's way too many options, and that puts us in this place where we find that we don't know what makes sense to do, and so we try everything. And we're doing a bunch of different things that are half-assed. And this is exactly what I mean by the chaos of the modern marketplace. Because everybody says they're multitasking, but really they're doing a whole bunch of shit where they're just doing a little bit of it. Like if you've got 4 things that you've got going on, like almost every other entrepreneur I know, because you have shiny object syndrome, how can you possibly be all in on one thing? The max, the best that you can be in that situation is you can be 25% in on 4 things. So I don't know how good you are or how good you think you are. Maybe you're like fucking Superman of entrepreneurs. But still, Superman operating at 25% of max capacity still isn't that good. Now it's this mindset where we think about our options and we think like, I want to try everything. Or even worse, we don't know what to do, so we don't try anything and we just sit in the same spot and get frustrated. But if we're doing all these different things, like this is exactly how you end up wasting tens of thousands of dollars on a failed Facebook ad strategy or a different like marketing class or something along those lines because you don't know what to do. And so you sit in this spot and you go like, all right, cool, we're gonna try all that shit. We're gonna try it all, like figure out what works. Especially like when we're operating our core businesses, like we're trying new stuff all the time. When we have resources, we've got choices, we've got options. But when we don't have a way to focus those options, it gets us just to this place where we're wasting money and we're frustrated and we're wondering like, what the hell? Maybe I lost a magic. Maybe the magic that I had to start this thing and to grow this thing totally went away. I felt like this too. I felt like this because it was about 12 years after I started my company and I'd gotten it to the point where I didn't really need to work in the day-to-day anymore, and what happened was I started to get bored. With what I was doing, and so I started looking for other things to do. Now, when you've got the resources financially and the time, you got chaos because you have so much abundance. You've got so many choices. I had so many choices. I could do something that made money. I could do something that cost money. I could do something that was neutral in any industry, right? And so I started thinking about this, and I ended up trying a bunch of different things. And it did cost me. It cost me over $300,000 to figure out all of this stuff. But ultimately what it came down to was I didn't have a framework to focus me, and I didn't have a system to support me, because the things that I tried all had massive potential to be successful. Because I have potential as an entrepreneur, just like you have potential as an entrepreneur. But ultimately, without a framework to focus you and without a system to support you, there's no way that you end up getting these results. And so there's a lot of lost time and a lot of lost money. I couldn't find anything that did exactly what I wanted it to do. People wanted to teach me a bunch of new things. And what I recognized was I didn't need more knowing. I already knew what to do. What I needed was more doing the things that I already knew needed to be done. And so I created a system that does exactly that. And I started getting more results and more done in 12 weeks than I'd been used to doing in a year. And I got so excited about this that I shared it with my entrepreneur friends that are in like EO and Vistage and like all the entrepreneur groups. And then they started using it and they got the exact same thing. They were getting more done in 12 weeks than they would normally get done in a year. And so I'm sitting there going like, holy shit, this thing is awesome. So I started coaching people on how to do it. And they're doing the same thing too. Like, we've got clients in all different industries, all different sizes of company, anywhere from small business up to running $10 million plus, that are all using the system, and they're all getting those types of results. Because what it does is it takes all these choices and these chaos and it shrinks it down and it focuses it onto the thing that's going to move the money needle. There's a process that helps you get clear on exactly what that is. And then there is a framework and a system that supports you and guides you to making that result inevitable. What I'm going to do below this video is put a link to where you can learn more about exactly how that system works and help you understand how to implement it in your own business. So I'll put that link below and you can go check it out when you got time.